けどそれ以上に育っていく環境がそうさせてしまう。だから今は受け入れられるってわけじゃないんです。
Boom. What going on,
Hello.
people?
Good night, good night, good
Good
night.
night,
Good
good night,
night.
good night, good night,
Hello.
good night, good night, good night. We here so
How
for the
many
Up
good
and
nights
Say
you
Your
gonna tell the people?
podcast. Listen, don't make me start rapping in here so no, because the sky is just a blue, earth just black. The system it got we in a back shot. In a vegetable eye. In a vegetable eye.
Why?
Don't let me get on in here so quite hype tonight. Don't start for me, so don't start for
Why?
me. Let me put my
Woo.
listen, don't start for me,
And
no. I
then you
told
put your
you, I
finger
told
there, so
you,
no. So
I
who call
told you,
you,
don't start
Chad?
for me.
Who call you
All right.
tonight? For
I
real.
listen, well, you know that I point you case tonight, but let me introduce this show
Don't.
first.
Do
First of
not.
all, I would like to say a pleasant good night where people can hear me right because you know every week we start we've got a little issue with the audio, but we everything cool? Everything cool.
I can't
All
people
right?
saying boop, 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 boop. So I figured
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
you don't know. Boom, you don't know. We
welcome.
up in here. So welcome, people. It is the Up and Say Your podcast. I'm gonna call this edition the Little More Ease. You know, Saka, you know, last week and before it was a little ease, but now there's a little more ease. Cause we got some updates and things that come through the ranks and whatever. But let me introduce what's going on here. So we got the lovely Janelle.
Hello. Good night.
She's in the building with us tonight. And
Indeed.
Mr. Let me salute my dog. Mr. Kita 246, aka the main boss. Tell Fabi 246, bring beef if you want it. So yeah, Kita, how you doing? How wanna doing?
Bless man. I want to be. I want
How
I
to be
wanna
like
good.
doing?
baby.
I am
Everybody
great.
safe? Good,
What about you,
Bless.
Chad?
good,
Apparently you had something
good. But
today.
this, my
Today like your
listen, my
420 or
listen.
something.
I safe. I say, nah, I ain't 420 yet, but 420 is be every day. But you don't hear that from me because it's being said the host is follow the rules of law. All right, good. So
Right,
this
right,
is
right.
this is COVID. The saga continues,
Mm-hmm.
and we got a two-part we dealing with tonight, along with everything else that happening as we had it at 5 o'clock this afternoon. It is we dealing with I choose to, which is the motto or
International Women's Day.
yeah, the International Women's Day. That is
Let
that's the
me let me just say happy International Women's Day because we ain't get to do it on the day, but
yeah, yeah,
happy
true.
Yes,
International Women's
thank
Day
you.
to
Happy,
I
happy
appreciate you.
International
everyone.
Women's Day.
Especially all of our
All the
followers
ladies.
follow the page and yeah, bless up.
Right. And you know we had a very pertinent issue last week that came about from Mr. Shane Jones wearing his hair naturally, a little bushy and whatever. And I don't see anything wrong with it. But what I put that as is that you ain't here that hair is an issue about hair. That's what we got. That's what we dealing with tonight.
We can talk. We
Here,
can talk
here,
about
here.
that. We can talk about that just after I say a big special good night to the sponsors. So big up the team at Allure Media Production.
Boom,
Woo,
Uh,
woo, woo.
boom.
let me
Big
big up
up.
the force. Let me big up the force at Training Cuts Barber Studio because they can't do it from Monday.
Listen.
So you don't
I
anything.
want I want this man
Monday.
inside of the chat. I want this man inside the chat because
I
That's how
double
he
some
got
people get
represent
there.
I double
the
my
first.
appointment.
Listen, we Kita, how you moving? We usually get together. Weapon that you but two
Don't
weapon you moving
worry,
so
you good. Trust me.
okay.
So,
All
what
right.
about
Trust me.
me?
Imagine, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. But big up, Barely
You
Sober.
want my haircut?
Big up, Barely Sober Entertainment.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
All the
We
time.
hoping. We hoping.
and we're gonna crop over. Just give me a
Fingers
little.
crossed.
I get
Fingers
Indeed.
met
crossed.
work. I get met
I
saying
still
work.
get do.
All right,
I
let me
got. I
big
got
up
manually do it.
Jersey
Fingers crossed.
Bell, Jersey Bell.
Yeah,
Fucking
man.
boy,
Right.
we give a big shout out to Metro
They
Cup.
do.
It's women's international is a month
And
now.
yes,
It's a
we
full
got
month.
Women's History Month. It's Women's History Month.
Well,
And then you
that'd
have
be perfect.
International Women's Day.
That'd be
Yeah.
perfect time to go and visit your page to find out some more information on Mr. Cuts. Because it also gets into your whole women's team.
It's
Big
true.
up, me first mobile massage therapy, man, for sure,
Yeah,
man.
boy. You wanna could do road now, man. You could do road.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could do a little something there, no boy.
So yeah. So back to you, presenter.
Yes, sir. I give thanks all the time. So I just want to keep saying a special good night to everybody in here so far. We can go our energy part show as usual. But as I said, I come in for Janelle, and I also told Nisa L. I come in for she too. And I guess I can go come for J. Nell as well because all three of them got saying the comments when it's teachers. And the people tired of the children at home behind a computer, they want to vaccinated and back out to work. So what going on? What going on? How you feel
What
about that,
going on,
JL?
like
How you feel about that?
that they can call me to work, but you don't gotta call me to tell me anything else. You tell me that school's starting back, I will report to work. That's it, full stop.
Yeah, but what if? But not what if. More than likely, it's going to be mandatory.
You
That,
cannot mandate that.
but it was mandatory for the frontline workers and everything.
There
You
are
had to
persons on
get.
the front line who said that they didn't want it.
But the majority of those probably would not have said that. Majority of the people probably take it. I
Okay, well,
believe
I
so.
got the back of the line.
But you's a big name in the community up at your school, so you have to be one of the frontline people
And I will be at the back of the
to
line
set the
regardless.
example. No,
Example of
no,
what? Oh,
no,
example of what? I will report to
no,
work. You can't force me.
no.
Yeah, you think
You
this crop
cannot
over
force
time?
me.
You think this is a
Me?
crop over? This is a band in the front line.
Hello.
No,
First of all, right? Let me just say this. I am not forcing anything. I ain't got nothing to do with none of this here. So I can't do the forcing because when
I
I can't
thought
come
you
and
were
say that
working.
is a man thing. A lady is who get on the TV and telling her that in order for this to work, when I have to receive that vaccine in order to
didn't
get
say
out
that we
here.
have to. It is, you can still only suggest, request, etc. But as Janelle said, even for the frontline workers, it was not mandatory. It was that people still, if they didn't want to do it, they didn't.
Yeah.
But the
Sorry.
majority of them did, as you said.
I thought try to work with the vaccine team because it's so real convincing that that's not the truth with the front
Yeah,
line.
boy. You like
It's
he
true.
get a little something. You get
It's
something
true.
on
You
the
got a
table.
little,
It's
you got a
true.
little work,
Listen,
you got a little work
Nobody
listen.
in
don't pay me
lockdown.
for that though.
You got a
First of
little work in
all,
lockdown. I understand.
Apparently.
First of all, don't act like if one know that I don't know people in the community that I could get answers from. And second of all, that what J.Nell is saying is that it also has to do with your
Her name is
personal
Janelle
preference.
too. Call my girl Janelle. Big up Janelle.
Yeah, vaccines can't be mandatory. Well, that's true.
Yes.
Because if your religion and whatever says that you can't take a vaccine, well, I guess you will put forward the appropriate paperwork. But more than likely they're going to your background and ensure that that is exactly what
Marco,
going
favorite
on.
What the thing said?
I know favorite
Yeah.
before.
But he gotta come in here. Well, he gotta come in here because they call him name and I know people in here know he that would tell he that I said that you is a mean boss as well. So if you want beef, tell he come forward.
It means, but as Sugar thing,
Yeah, me.
Favorite
as Sugar never said that it's apparently it's a forceful suggestion. But a suggestion, as Nisa is saying, a suggestion cannot be mandatory. So you can suggest as you like, but you can miss me with that. You can't tell me that I have to for me to go back to work.
Yeah,
And I'm telling you, if it's going to be mandated for children to go to school and have it, there will be a lot of children who will not be going to school and they will want homeschooling and they will stay home and they will do the online approach with those children. Because you can't say if you provide the opportunity for it. No, we have remote teaching right now. And a lot of people say, no, I do not want my child to be vaccinated with this here and this, and we don't know what the effects, etc. You can still want the children educated, and there will be teachers like me who will say, no problem. I will struggle. I will take with the blood. I got issues with circulation also. I think now because of this thing. Nah, boy, I will stay home and do it.
So what you're saying, Janelle, is that you can choose to take it or not to take it. So
It's true. I can choose to.
You could choose to.
Yes.
I saw, or you could choose between the two and taking it or not taking it. So what it did there? Yeah, I know.
Yes, it's all what you did there. So we can talk about it. Choose something.
Here's the thing, like if you take the vaccine or you don't take the vaccine, at the end of the day, the vaccine is just it's not a cure.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see what's the big difference that people making a whole bunch of hullabaloo at the people say about taking it or not taking it, because at the end of the day, it's just stopping you from getting the conditions.
Right.
And basically, it's just it's not a fit all. So I understand both sides of the argument. They want to cut down the numbers and so on, so be it. But I know we got a lot more issues to talk about tonight than teachers and vaccines and
Definitely.
and sorry things.
Definitely.
But you know, I want to know.
That's
But
I want to know a little bit more about the Choose to initiative that I've seen a lot on social media within the past.
Yeah.
Given the Women's International Day, I've heard a lot of people, I see a lot of people posting about Choose to, what the Choose to challenge is.
Funny enough, right? I did not expect the overwhelming response on social media with it, because for my page, I wanted to make the year, my mother's birthday and the day coincide every year, so it is known to me that International Women's Day is in March. So what I did in February, I actually went to see what was going on with it, what was the campaign going to be this year, the theme, etc. So I saw the I choose the challenge, and I said, okay, no problem, I'm gonna make sure I post on the day, take my picture, and decide what I choose to do, which I did. But then when I saw on social media, it was like, wow, this thing really blew up. So I know a lot of people weren't sure, and they were just seeing it, and they probably followed the hashtag and saw women all across the world. But on the International Women's Day website, they actually had a write-up on it, and they were pushing it for a little while. So if y'all would give me a little time here, the whole thing was that in the challenge world, is an alert world. So their whole thing was that you want individuals to be more responsible for their own thoughts and actions all day, every day. So we can all choose to challenge and call out the gender bias and inequality. We can all choose to speak out and celebrate women's achievements, and that collectively then will help us to create an inclusive world. And it really stuck with me, because when, like, I am not a feminist, but I am a woman. So I still gotta know that life for women ain't easy. It was not easy, and it isn't. And on that day, I greeted children, I told them about it, I dressed up and all that.
Congrats.
And so my children actually here. So my children asked me, so man, where you go there for it's National Women's Day? And I was like, you know, these children don't have a clue how much women actually had to go through to be able to vote, to be able to own house and land and this and that thing. They didn't have a clue. I get a little history, because it's Women's History Month as well. So I went back a bit to let them understand that this has been a very long road for women. Even a longer road for women than for blacks. When you look at history, women have always been at the bottom of everything. All right, so the right to do anything, women were not included. And you actually had an initiative years ago, over 100 years ago, where women actually started to canvas and push to be able to do things. So when you had adult suffrage, when people got it, when slavery was abolished, men actually were able to vote as well once you owned land, and only the men would have. So you still have black men who were empowered or half white colored, however it was. But women still did not have those opportunities either. So when we talk about that, we really would know that life has been really a bias for women from the beginning of time against women. I should say not for, against.
Well, thanks for that. I mean, I'm glad to hear that these things are going in this direction. And it's even kind of helpful and happy to know that there's a lot of children out there that even know that there was a struggle, that you can still educate them on what the past was. But what I'm most glad about is that there's actually a challenge that you don't have to dance or be silly or turn off your light and turn on a red light and get naked or in the boat. It's good that they got like decent challenges.
Was I gonna say, are we getting naked? Wanna say we getting naked?
No, we're not getting naked, Chad. We're not getting naked. Just saying that there's a good initiative, that there's a challenge that you don't have to get naked or you don't have to dance or do something silly to be a part of the challenge, to raise awareness that you could, challenge yourself as opposed to doing action or making a song or something.
Yes, I agree with you, because it shouldn't, and as Rico said, it should not just be a challenge. We should be looking to take a lot of action and everything. And but the thing is, to take action is really to uproot society. Same thing with the issues that we have with mental slavery.
Yeah.
Although you have traditional roles in the family and you got those rules started to change where women had more rights, you can still see. Up to last night, my best friend was talking to me about it. That Shelly Williams was speaking about her experience where she was doing her job and still has to be taking care of her child, and that's still the issue that is going on in society, where the majority of the households, you do have some households where you have an equal share of responsibility and the equal share of responsibility when it comes to children and everything. But for the majority, the woman still has to do her job outside the home and then her job inside the home. So she's still the body who got to take care of the children, cook for the family, etc. And that's something called a double burden. And that's something that is in the core of how we do things. So it's hard. It's hard for women to break it, and it's hard for men to break it. Men got idea how life should be. Women got idea. Women don't want to say that they can't take care of the children and this and that thing. You don't want to, so you sacrifice all the time, and it's very, very hard. When if it's so ingrained in us, then how are you gonna shake it? And that's the same that we have when it comes to slavery of our mind. Maybe people like when we challenge the status quo, people get real like, oh wait. People don't like to change, and that's one issue.
I get you. Good night to everybody who joining the chat. We talking about lots of different things tonight. We started off on the Choose 2 with the women, International Women's Day, and we just discussing different things. We even talk about features and vaccines and so on already. You know, we talk about vaccines.
I want to ask a question though.
We talk about vaccines so much.
I want to ask a question though, Kida. And this for Janelle, because you know he's always gonna play the hard ears boy.
That was
Janelle, you don't think that women worst enemy though in society?
I think that anybody could be anybody's worst enemy.
I ask you a direct question. I want to know if you think women is women's worst enemy in society.
No.
And why do you say that?
So. I think that the problem is a historical thing connected to how people do things. Right now,
that's kind of ambiguous. I looking for something that directly correlates.
If you want to go directly in a workplace and you want to say that when a woman get up to the top, and they have some persons who I'm not sure if one of the persons is in the life now. I'm not sure she is, but you have cases where when women are in authoritative positions, they do get very, even in the past, they get very strict on how they do things, and you have to actually work 10 times harder to get the respect for something that a man would be doing. So then it will look as though women are their worst enemy. Give me a minute, guys.
Yeah. Not a problem. Well, Janelle dealing with the background. Okay.
Exactly. You have that case where it was seem as though women all are, but women always pulling down one another, this and that thing. But when you look at it, because you have to fight so much to have a voice, then you are overcompensating. It is not so clear cut. I think that the people whoever the people who run society, because society is not just what happens is that we got something called the social disruption. All right, because society don't change when all the issues within the household are changing, because you still got people who controlling how things are. So if you have the male still dominating in the world and controlling how things are, as much as you will see that women are the leaders of a lot of the countries, they still have a lot of restrictions in terms of what they can and cannot do. So you cannot see a changing just overnight like that. All right, that's my take on that.
Okay. Well, the reason why I had asked that, right, and I think that your answer was based around men dealing with women in the workplace and other places as well. But the reason why I asked you if you think women is women's worst enemy is because under normal circumstances, you find a lot of the times women say that they prefer male friends. A lot of the time you hear women say in the workplace, I prefer to work with men. You just hear all of these things because under more circumstances, women are the ones who constantly be catty around one another Unless they're friends, when you and somebody is friends, wanna pulling up one another, wanna look at each other. But you see, from the time that a discord takes place, all of a sudden is like good stuff never happened. Keaton, I know you could have an argument, a disagreement, and I believe that we would solve it a lot faster and actually deal with it so it doesn't span years. Usually, you find even the situation with Shane Jones. I was hearing reports that it was women who were talking about, oh, well, what he doing on the TV, where he had looked so, and these black women. So when it is here that I just have to retort with some of the accusations that we just hear, where that a woman gotta fight 10 times as hard and she gotta try and get respect and she gotta get these things. At the end of the day, unless a man is one of bitch type men, you don't find men behaving in that manner. Because I find that when a man is disrespectful to a woman, under more circumstances, is like he was trying to get with her a certain way and he recognizes he can't. So it's either he got one or two options.
Big up Pierce Morgan. As you
And I don't want to talk about just that. I wanted just what you said. And my best friend and I were talking about that this morning. Just what you said about how men turn when they can't get what they want from a woman, and they actually when they start to get catty or whatever. And I don't disagree with what you're mentioning in terms of women, and they don't do that. Women and their expectations, and they're the ones who just be in relationships, and even with these Shane Jones, they am not disputing that.
But
however, go ahead.
As we get at the Shane Jones thing, right? I honestly, I am at live this week on my own channel. I want to talk about that on here because that has been killing me on the inside for the whole week. As a person who works in a corporate institution, with here that is twisted or that is natural, that is all cap. Me being a law-abiding citizen like Chad, following the protocols of the government, not going to a barber, barbers are not supposed to be open as yet. How am I supposed to look? Being someone, my hair grows pretty fast. I have a lot of haircuts since the first week of January. And he is full of backlash for his natural image, his natural look. We black people have the most amazing hair in the freaking world. It grows, it stands up, it does what most hair cannot do. Janelle, as a female, do you want to comb your hair every single day?
No. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Nah, but I have relaxed hair. I have relaxed hair for almost all of my adult life. So the majority of my life, I actually have relaxed hair. And I can't wait for the times when they have to comb it, when you start getting the girlfriend thing, you're playing back in one all the time. Tell you again, up combing my hair? Nah. You don't want to. When should I have to?
It had me so heated over the past week that I really didn't want to talk about it much. After I saw that post, I see that a black woman could, because I am taking it on the context that the person is black, it seems that way, could create a black man in that manner for here. Something that we shouldn't be looking at, we should be looking past. We past that mentally, we are so past discussing here on people mentally. We've seen energy that we have for each other, but here, you ain't gonna have that against another race with we're here. I don't see other races having issues about how they we're here or what's not, especially not in a flipping pandemic or a panoramic, what if you want to call this right now? We in a freaking panoramic right now, and nobody else ain't crying on nobody but here, but we are crying on man that bringing freaking news, accurate news every freaking week. You gonna cry on that man, but here, nah. Your here does not have the ability to stop you from doing what you do as your job or providing you information. It doesn't hinder you from getting information as it pertains to work. Your hair does nothing besides your image. As a black person, with not your hair, I felt disrespected by that comment. And I even messaged Shane on it in private, like, yo, Shane, like, I feel this here with you, brother, because it be your own freaking people, some things. That's what
because our people are, it is ingrained, it is in their look. When you go, I always talk about your health and stuff like that, right? If we look at how we have been trained to eat all these years, hundreds of years, how we have been trained to think all these years, we don't love what we see, we do not understand it, and we think that the standard is what the others have said the standard to have been for all of these years. Yeah. So when people say these things, I don't be surprised my thing is that as we were saying earlier, it's really time for us to take action. So people like me, because Chad always want to say that I big up in community. I got nothing in community other than my 2 children. But when it comes to when you are in positions, it is for you to say, I will allow this and I will allow that, because this is a part of us. If we gonna start changing it from in there,
right?
things like that. I wanted to go ahead.
The thing is about that, right? Is that I sit down myself this week for at least 2 hours and study this towards your thing like don't set a T. You understand? And I don't want to like generalize and say I can guarantee that this woman is a black woman between the age of 40 and 60, and this comes down from this whole era.
Gotta be older, because she gotta be older. Go ahead.
My humblest apologies, but yeah, I probably would say between I guess 50 and 70. That you got this image and you've grown up understanding that a man supposed to look this way. That we have been told by other people outside of our race that a black man is supposed to got here. The people out here that own businesses, not calling Indians, but people out here that own businesses, are forcing me to have a certain look to work in these businesses because we can't express ourselves. We can only express ourselves in how you want. You were saying at that era that you're as a black man, you're gonna be cut all the time. You're supposed to go in a beard, all sort of thing. You see energy that then people had back then, where they had in the 60s and 70s when they had the afros and all these different things. Where they had that energy back then.
That's funny. Chad, you want to say something before I share my story?
I think one already know how I feel about it because I feel like I was one of the people that started recognizing that here being a problem was something that I no longer wanted to talk about when I was in the professional game back in 2004. And I decided I can start a platform here and go work. I didn't ask for permission. I do nothing. So because I used to see Indian men with their hair slicked back in one, I used to see white men with their hair slicked back in one, and nobody ain't telling them man. So the fact of the matter is that I know how to deal with my hair. I know how to make it look good. So I start plaiting my hair. I get called in the office. I get asked why. I said, well, because my hair is growing on my head. I don't do nothing with my hair. So that's how we're keeping it. Is it untidy? No. Does it stop me from performing? No. So why are we having this conversation? And ever since then, and this was back in the day when even women could not even wear their natural hair in a workplace. So I believe, I ain't saying I was the only one, because I obviously had fellas with locks and everything long before me. But speaking about in the professional situation, nobody could never tell me nothing about my body and my hair alone, because at the end of it, all right, that's why I grow locks. I cut my hair because of the fact that I used to be waking up with headaches. My hair was too heavy, and I just carried again it do. So that's the reason why I cut my hair. It wasn't because I trying to fit in the way or do nothing, because when I know I against the system straight, I put tattoos all over my body. Nobody can tell me what to do on my body. Nobody can tell me how to wear my hair, because at the end of the day, I feel like I was a younger who he name? The man that's do the journalism real sweet, and who he name? David Ellis. I feel like I saying but I just the outward one, as opposed to like trying to talk about it and help people see the point of view. I'm with none of that shit. I doing what I gotta do. And when you come at me, I can just put you in your place and they can deal with you the suit. So you know that you can't step to me telling me about something that, as you said, it's 20. I hear this all the time. Oh, it's 2020. It's 2021. It's 2022. We still talking about hair, dog. I got nothing to say. I doing my hair how I want to do my hair. If you don't want me at your place, I was keep from at your place. But based off of my CV, that's why I get here. Not because of how I look. You look at my CV and you tell yourself, all right, this body here so I can fit this position. Let me get here for an interview. So what you trying to tell me? And then the next thing is that they got rules in place now that let's talk about discrimination, because we could go down the line of how, back in the day, people who had HIV and AIDS, you then began discriminate against because of the fact they had this disease, and then they had to start putting things in place for these persons. Then now is about gay rights and all of these things, but yet the number one issue that is the foundational issue for every single thing in the black experience is not dealt with. All of these branch problems we working on, but not the source or the root problems.
Exactly, it's true.
So
But you see,
tired of this repetitive conversation. I'm tired.
okay, but I'm still gonna
No,
share
I
my
mean,
story.
you say,
Yeah, I know,
your
Chad.
story.
I understand. I mean, I know you always got something to tell me, but no, I'm with you. I understand that you're frustrated. But I coming now from a woman as a female now who would have told line for all of my life. I is one of them that, you know, go school and learn and find a job and stuff. I did that. My hair was relaxed when I was in first form, and since then I was like, because my hair was long and thin, and I thought it was my beauty. Actually, I would tell anybody that my hair was my beauty, and I would never cut my hair, I would never wear weave, I would never all these things because I took so much pride in my hair. And I remember one time I had gone to a funeral home after my grandmother had passed away, and the owner was a white man, and he said, "Oh, wait, but that you Jews and so sister, 'cause my sister had gone there with my mother. She said, your sister, she said he was like, man, but I can't get she would work here for me or how she's got her, how she's carrying her here and this thing, right?" And at that stage, I was like, huh? And he said, well, you know, when you come, your hair gotta be neat and tidy. But my sister had locks. At that stage she didn't have the locks. She was twisting it out now to grow the locks. She had cut it, so she had the twiglies, right? And she was six. Oh, I can't remember. She was 50, something like that. And I was like, wait, this is not really telling me though that she can't work for you because she got she heard that. And that's when it really hit me. This whole society is he is the mouthpiece for how everybody else is be thinking, because that is how we would have been trained to think. And I still continue with the relaxed hair thinking. It was up until a few years ago when I was like, nah, boy. And I ain't turning back from that. I will never put any more. And if I decide and put chemicals in my hair tomorrow, that's on me. But I am with how I am. But it's hard for me to break that, because when you got and how you hear this flow and how you just look and how you just feel and this and that.
Even though natural hair or black hair is more maintenance and more work, I rather it that way. And I don't know, it's just.
But where people get that from, Keita?
But
where people get that conversation from, boy, is more maintenance. That's absolutely false.
We hear better than that. But we should hear better than that.
Also, because I didn't feel like I gotta be plaiting my hair all the time and combing it and moisturizing it and all that.
So when you go on braids, and then you don't gonna maintain them too. When you go on weave, you don't gonna maintain that too.
One, I never wore weave, but I only started wearing braids last year. I
didn't say anything wrong with weave or because you could choose to. But we about to choose to. You could choose to keep your hair as a woman, however you want to keep your hair. My issue is with manipulation, because we as a society have been manipulated from early to think these things. We can't break that cycle, because that cycle is enforcing. And people believe in that like a freaking cult. And it is, you gotta look at somebody to be respected in Barbados. I can't get respect. I walk in the bank, a woman walk past me and see me in a bank shirt. I said, wait, I want to speak to management in here. I want to speak to the supervisor, because my hair look like this. So I can't be a manager or supervisor. You don't know what he's do. I must be a freaking janitor. So my hair look like this. So you go ask me to speak to the manager or supervisor. So I said, all right, no problem, because that's the start stereotyping because of here. And that's because we've been manipulated for years and years and years. And we can't break off. We could trade. We can continue to trade. We've been trying, but it is what it is. It is.
But even the sport. Shit was any talk bodybuilding, or like the bikini thing. Like for women, black women can't wear the natural hair on stage. Them is gotta wear weave or wig or whatever it's called.
Natural hair.
So that
cut off the hair and they can plait. Well, they plait hair in braids, but there's a lot that they're going. You see that they say it's not mandatory, but because of the practice, the tradition, and the thought, that is why it will continue like that until people get up and say that foolishness.
And that is what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you guys, right? Because we dancing around basically a bush of issues. We could talk about this for the remainder of this hour, and the fact of the matter is that we will get nowhere, because I keep reiterating, until we deal with source level problems or root problems, we are constantly going to be dealing with branches that are going to be basically regrown before we can even get the full branch pulled off. So that's my thing. We just be on situations like, oh, you know this and oh, you know that, but look at how everything around us, the Black experience, natural things that come from your body as a Black member of the nation is not normal. It is not normalized. It is not regular. And it's a topic for every single facet of life. If you don't see that as the root issue, you are constantly going to repeat the same issues and repeat the same problems and end up in the same conversations and get absolutely nowhere, because 50 years ago, the bare ignorance. Now 50 years in the future, it's still the same shit. 50 years from now, it will still be the same. Maybe I won't be able to see it, but still, we ain't getting
what is the root problem?
People fooling themselves.
What is the problem then? What is the root problem? Somebody's asking you. What do you think the root problem is then in this instance? Ain't no ordinary man, but yeah. What do you think? What is the root problem in this instance? That's what
in my opinion, all right, I talk about a lot of things, but in terms of the Black experience, the root problem within society is just that. Society is we. Because we constantly blame everything that happened before. We get that did so occur. We get that was a major injustice, but we gotta deal with the fact that it's still here. The fact that it's still here means that it continues to reverberate and perpetuate throughout time. We just pass it on to we children. We pass it on to people we come into contact with. All of that foolishness is a mindset change occur. And from the time that, look at how I said for me, I decided I can grow my hair. What I tell you, it tell you that I started accepting me, and anybody who attacked me, I defend myself against, and I attack them. That's the solution to the problem. Rather than waiting for people to say, oh, we can give one a blood to be natural. We can give one a blood to be one of cells. We can give blood to feel normal in the workplace or wherever we go in society, and not have to worry about your skin tone, your hair, your whatever. I don't want to be accepted. You know why? Because I love me. And it stems from a true portion of love. Not me saying, oh, I love me. No, I really and truly mean it. Because nobody can come and tell me about my hair. Look at my hands. Look at my hands, Janelle. Look at my hand. This is me doing me for me. I don't care nothing about how nobody views me. From the time I had dreadlocks, oh Christ, it's only when I open my mouth and say something, people recognize you. This youngster here got sense. He probably doesn't smoke weed. He probably doesn't break into homes, man. So what we talking about? The root problem is within you. Deal with the root problems, and everything else can start to cascade and domino effect and fall down. Yes, we can get some suffering. Yes, we can get some issues. But you know what? It is the real start of progress. What you are doing is not progress. You want to be accepted. You want to be loved. You want to be part of the gang. Don't you? I'm talking to you. You in the crowd there. You know I'm talking to you.
Man.
You know I'm speaking to you.
Yes,
you know I'm speaking to you.
Yes, Jabal. So as Vaughn is saying, that he doesn't think it's as bad as it used to be, because I'm telling you, it is not as bad. I disagree with that.
I know. See what he said. I disagree with you.
No. Well, we in the schools know. We in the schools know that I know the difference. I feel the difference. But it is only like a millimeter. It's only like a drop in the ocean. Right? Because it's not going to change in our lifetime. What needs to happen then is then people like me then when I'm a principal in a school and I say that this is how the children of this school will be and however it will be allowed, and as long as I have tenure here, it will be so, and somebody else will have to come and do something to me for it to stop, then that's when you will start to see changes. Because if we don't stand up, as you say, to the system can continue to dominate with the same white mentality, same pushing the same agenda. So it will have to start somewhere. But I know within myself that you're not going to see a change overnight. It's not going to happen in the next 10 years, 20 years. Hopefully in another 50 years, you will start to see a bigger change. Because I can remember the cases where children wanted to wear their hair to school and natural hair, the boys. And when the parents had taken the ministry to court and stuff like that, it was in primary school when that happened. I can remember that situation. And when he was allowed, and then you still have cases now with people saying, but what how you can't let these children come in here so with the hair growing out and this and that. Say, if that's the choice that they make. No, my thing is, I had told the same one, you wanted to make distractions, so you still wanted to cover it. And he asked me, why should they cover their hair? And then I started telling myself, you see, I still perpetuate the same BS because I tell myself that you don't want it to, because that's what is natural for me as a teacher. You don't want the distractions. So if they don't change me and how I'm thinking, you're not going to see the change. If parents don't stand up and say, I want to grow up my son's hair and whatever, and carry the ministry to task about it, it's not going to change. Same what Frika was saying, it's not going to change. But as you said, though, the core is that we don't love ourselves. We don't love what we see. We don't, and that is the core of it. We do not love ourselves. And I mean, we as Black people, we do not love ourselves. That is the core of the issue.
We get forced, because it's back in the same circle, we get forced not to love ourselves. It's like you being taught these things that the image that you have of yourself is not the image that you want to portray. You can teach that this, but yours was a lot better than yours. Or you're picky, or you hear that all these foolish little terms that get ingrained in your mind from a young age. And you think it to yourself, child, but if I hear look like that there, that means you're looking good. If my image like this, if I got tattoos, I ain't looking good. Wait about Trump here don't look good, I Trump don't care, I Trump the president though. And you think he to worry about this or things? So I'm gonna start exactly where child come from, babe. I don't give a shit what people feel with my hair. Yeah. I could say that in most of Barbados, most financial institutions, because of these whole rights that everybody suddenly got to know, these phobias and these whole agendas, that things are a little more relaxed. Because I could tell you, right, 10 years ago, right, I was probably 12 years ago, when I first started working at a financial institution, I had a decent haircut. I had one line in my head, one line, right here, I go part. And I was told, where you got that part, you can't be wearing work next to our parts of this. So that same get you barber, you can't part your hair like this. And I was like, but it's just one little bark in my head. I am prison, like, this is the police force. Like, I was working in the bank and it was frowned upon. But in these days, look at my hair now. And my hair like just because of COVID, but at least incorporating it is because of COVID. My hair has been like this now for the past, I would say 3-4 years. My hair has been like this. So I could say, and a lot of people within here, law staff, I think, are in financial institutions and even in the corporate sector. Here wants this law cap. No, my issue with bringing this whole topic back full circle now is that we are in a friggin' pandemic where barbershops have not been opened for God knows how long, because it feels like it's to me. Big trying to cuts in the chat because I can't wait to see you, bro. I miss you.
Yeah, we miss you, though. We miss you. We miss you, though.
We in a friggin' pandemic.
I get my haircut too. What are you talking about? You miss you and this ain't that thing. I get my haircut too.
But,
so you miss it? We just expressing that we miss him. Why you be able to know?
And I am asking if I'm going to get my hair cut.
You could get your hair cut, just turn up.
But here's the thing, though. We in a pandemic, barbershop shut, and you are throwing straight at somebody for not keeping their hair well or not getting their hair cut. How You want my Brett the law like certain ministers or got a barber like certain ministers? How it gonna work? Explain to me how that works, because I am appalled. I am honestly appalled. And I think that we use social media for so much bullshit sometimes. We should be calling out people. There is certain things that you should be calling out people for on social media. The same way that the people got energy, from Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, we could call these bullshit things true on social media. Because back to what Janelle was saying earlier with the whole sour great vibe, that's the whole vibe I got with Piers Morgan, because I watched that whole thing throughout this week. And I had a laugh at it because obviously they had a lot of memes and stuff. But the whole vibe with Meghan Markle and the royal family, I found funny. I never thought that funny. So we're all saying no all of a sudden that the royal family could be racist.
Racist? How dare you say such a thing?
No.
Oh my goodness, she's lying. Oh
What
no, she's lying.
That got Paul could be racist. I would never guess that. I would never guess that.
You see, they're really good at keeping family secrets. I don't know what's wrong with black people. We just can't keep them out shut, but one another, Then people just keep them out shut, you see, so they just get to keep all the secrets. Nobody's don't know, but nah, and that anything with Pierce in particular, hurt people.
He is a bitch. I say that here in Low Life on the Up and Say podcast. He is a bitch.
Yeah,
you know what?
He was hurt.
He can't take rejection, and that will put everything back right. He has a personal vendetta on Meghan Markle, and I don't understand why he can't take these done as alone. The woman left you to leave with a prince, though, so be it. Like, if she ain't into you, she ain't into you. You don't gotta be so great on every day on the morning show, try to find something with the drag. So you get on walk off the show. I was like, all right, dog, you can do what you want to do, because I care less. Nobody didn't want you in the show in the first place. But he was getting comments, and he Instagram also, he Twitter also, he did shit because he shared some bullshit views. I tried to back it up. I said that, I'm not racist, or I'm not this, and I'm not. Nah, the long wrong though. Ain't the long. But my thing with Meghan Markle and her Prince Harry thing is that you somewhat knew what you were getting into when you signed up for this story. I ain't saying it right, I ain't saying it wrong, but when I want it out, when I get out, try to build from there. Because racism ain't gonna ever stop just in the talk well Hollywood family. People, they tell you that you baby can't be a prince, wonder what color you baby and promote all sorts of things. Nah. It ended. So they got a lot more, a long way.
But I heard about something.
But Janelle said Jasmine?
The royal family. No, she got a little grasshopper there in one back.
In her grasshoppers is me.
I kill a grasshopper later.
Oh, you kill a grasshopper now, boy. I don't go around them there. I got spread in.
Them is no talk more pregnancy or something. Not traditionally done with them ways though.
Yeah,
that's it.
You best make a phone call. Either you better make a phone call.
Angela, what's the problem? Yes, I heard a grasshopper just now. A butt on the window.
Wait, Vaughn said grasshopper. She pregnant. Congratulations. Congratulations, Janelle. Congratulations, Keita.
What I got to do one more time? Let me continue here though, but I agree with you. You see that whole thing? But
yeah,
I want to say hello.
But you have
baby. She got a bun in the oven. She got a bun in the oven. She got a bun in the oven. She got a bun in the oven.
I don't
like who in there, Maki Tuan?
I don't think
that's a Maki
Tuan. Yeah, no, I large not Maki Tuan. He could done. But anyways, back to Janelle. Janelle, you want to say about the royal family?
Sorry, pardon me?
No, I think I said the royal family as it was going on, because
Janelle got a bun in the oven. She got a bun in the oven. She got a bun in the oven. She got a bun in the oven. Make sure you don't burn.
I legit about this life here.
But yeah, no, I just want to know what your thoughts are with the royal
With the
family.
royal family thing. Well, I will tell you a
She
few
ain't got
things.
worry because she got a bun in the oven. She got a bun in the oven. She got a bun in the
Chad,
oven.
all
You see,
right,
the sky is just
whatever.
a blue,
Anyway, so
earth
yes,
just black.
Peter.
The system it got
One,
me in
I
about
have been
sun,
purging
in a
myself of
vegetable
women.
eye. In a vegetable eye.
I have been purging myself of anything that is not me related, right? I just don't mix myself. If it's not worth my time, my money, I just don't really get into it. But I always had a fascination with the royal family because of how, me and history and stuff like that. And so I did watch parts of the interview and what was said. And I will tell you one, I agree with what I don't know if it was Rico was saying. The whole thing with the royal family is a systemic racism. It has been, and I'm glad to see that with what was said, even if it had half truth, mini truth, it doesn't matter truth. Countries are starting to realize, you know what? I don't need to be a part of this crap. I don't need to be. Whenever somebody dead, whoever else is the head of here, countries like Australia are have already started to talk and say, yeah, they have been trying from before. Because the monarchy has been holding on with the dying breath in them for all of these years. So when I started hearing these things coming out, I said, yeah, I'm very happy to hear her. So she could tell a half truth, many truths, all truth or no truth. It is still good to hear the other side because, as I was saying earlier, a lot of things be going on, and people don't talk. They don't say. And in this case here, yes, they knew what they were getting into. She knew what she was marrying into. She didn't know to the extent. So whatever it is that comes with it, he knew he wanted to get out. Don't get twisted. He was unhappy from the time his mother died. He did everything to try to get away from them. He tried his best to still, he does love your family, but you don't like them. And I always get that feeling from him. So if this was his way of getting out, he knew that the lady was not all white, even if she looks white. You get
The reverse Get Home movie. Because that would feel like, they got to get home movie with the black person and getting into this is the reverse. But the thing is, right?
Yeah,
The thing
Keita,
is
you
with
watch
that,
that, yeah?
I watched part of it, man. I used to get upset, so I turn it off. Racism, I think, is getting me pissed off fast. I just can't watch it right through me. Even like doing like rum tours, I think here in Barbados and seeing like the racism from back in the day and slavery and that's what I think pissed me off real fast. So I just get to it now real.
Well, I ain't watch it or partake in that because really and truly, you wanna know. Go on, continue.
Nah, but my thing about Prince Harry and Meghan, even if the telling lies, some of that gotta be true. It's too much people pointing in one direction for that not to be true. You know what I'm saying? So it's a sad place. I mean, I kind of feel for Megan. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if we're gonna know, but I can tell that I can tell that she did
She
what
could have
did black.
stand where she did and go on continue to be pantsuits.
That's
That's what
that's
she
one of
should
my
do.
favorite TV shows. But I honestly didn't know she had him black, and she when watching Suits, I thought she did wait. I had no idea she did black, but me, I can't really.
that's why she was casted with having a black father because she's mixed. That was
Yeah,
one of the reasons why.
but if I did just looking at her from the outside, I didn't even know she did mix. But there's
But I'm just glad
people
that this is another thing wheels in motion for something else. And because of my passion for politics and history, it is good to be a part of something that in the next 100 years people will be looking back and say, oh, this is what happened or whatever. But people don't forget what somebody was saying about Prince Andrew, right? People just know what they want to keep the mouth shut about and what they don't want to keep the mouth shut about, and who they want to support and who they don't want to support. That's all in life. I feel for nobody. I feel for that. I feel for myself that I don't Christmas father met 3 times the amount of money that is meant for me month ago. I feel for me.
It's the system,
Sorry.
fam. It's the system. Don't want to use the rice.
Yeah.
Don't
But
want
we have the racism in this world is so entrenched in every facet of the world. And to break that is not going to be anything that I can just do overnight. That's what my whole thing is. It is going to take a lot, but we have to be committed to it. And too many of us do not understand why we are in the position that we are. And too many of us still looking outward all the time for everything. You don't understand. Too many of us allow our ego, and I mean ego in the spiritual way and ego in the psychological way, to get to prevent us from realizing who we are and where we're supposed to be going. Too many of us. So if this little thing is a lot, I open up for somebody, let it be. That's how I feel.
Point taken. Point taken.
Mm-hmm.
Point
Chad's
taken.
well, let me talk earlier, so now he gone on saying it's all right though, the show will still go on, Chad. It's okay. I choose to not allow you to fret my spirit tonight, like that grasshopper that was sitting on the window outside.
Because you got a bun in the oven. You got it in the oven. That's what it is.
It's too late. It's too late. You know you man. It's too late.
So, any closing words
Wait,
for
did I
all of
say-
the stuff that we talk
Did
about?
I say it too late? Like oh, sorry. I got it.
Yeah! I was saying we're going to eat a food just now, boy. Play shutting down at 9 o'clock now. So I was saying,
Yeah, boy.
From Monday.
we're coming through
Looking
for
forward to
you.
that, though,
From
for real.
Monday.
We will
Not
make
from
all of
today.
your dreams
I'm looking forward to
come
that.
true because
Look
the
how we-
government
Look how
has
we
come
look how we
through.
celebrate hello ease and slavery. A love freedom, a love how we celebrating. What have we come to?
And that it's sad though.
Our curfew has been extended. Our curfew has been eased up by 2 hours. And we are here celebrating like, yes, we've done it. This is what we are now.
Oh,
Right, listen, I say
that's
everybody in
another,
this
that's
chat
another
talking
thing
about,
too though.
talking
Because
about
all
this
you're doing
thing
is
here,
trying to
listen,
scratch that people. That's another topic for another day. I really am about this day.
these people talking about child white, child black, child like a raisin. It look like a roadie that get left in the car overnight. Who gives a damn? I don't care nothing about these people. I don't. So who cares?
Anyways,
Man?
Dice for Life says free at last. Free at last. My God, my team. Ain't no freedom about a man here.
In just 2 more
Alright.
hours, you could be on the road. That's all.
No,
it is.
I talking about we mental slavery, man. We need to get over it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I really. Anyways, I need to get
But
into.
I'm so glad though for the people.
She got a bun in the oven. She
last thing
got
we
a
discussed-
bun in the oven.
Last thing we discussed the opening of or reopening of certain businesses in certain sectors, and we
Yeah.
weren't able to be happy because a lot of our salons and other small businesses like barbershops and craftsmen and certain areas where we're not able to operate. I know from Monday the Prime Minister has given the go ahead for them to operate, so I'm really happy that these people are going to have a source of income and be back available to make money on. And
No. I glad I can have I can book my sugaring appointment, which I did already, and I could put my pedicure appointment which I did already. I'm happy for those. But as I said, I glad that person. So I'm glad that people get to watch work. It's really about time that the whole country is reopened. Like after today, the children like, "Mom, I'm tired of this. I'm done with this." Hey, them learning better at school. I hear so now planning lessons and go off our videos and they doing the next thing and I jumping over hoops and children tell me, but man, if you just explain it to me, I think I'll understand it better than the videos that you showing me. You imagine children tell me so? That they were first to be in the classroom with me using no technology whatsoever than for me to be using all of these videos, all these well-planned lessons that I killing myself with. They actually said that today, and these are children. Some of them I taught before, and some of them I only taught for the first and last term. And to hear that, it really telling me that we just need to be at work. That's true.
You would feel you would feel the same way if you were a child in opposition.
Yes, yeah, I struggling with online. I study and I struggling. I can't concentrate. But I would tell you, I prefer that I ain't gonna commute. So as a child, I ain't gonna drive in the way, so they may understand how much that is. But other than that, yeah, boy, it would be the same thing. I want to be with my friends, I think, kicking it at school, ignoring teachers when they're talking to me. Sorry, boy. I was not. I don't know how I get to be a teacher, boy. I was rough as a student.
Sure.
But sure.
See, Miss Rose says she's struggling. She's doing her master's. It's a struggle for adults. You imagine children? Big man is not 420. We just won't get paper. But funny enough, right? You know that it's time for you to go long. But you also saw the video with the boys for the puffing and passing.
No, I did not.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
You gotta send me that one for sure.
Like a few years old, laying on a bed, a big boy and 2 little boys, and then smoking something and passing to one another. I don't know if it was paper, if it was or what. But anyways, that's a story for another day. But I listen to
you could be rough and you don't know if it was paper or if it was rapper, huh? Oh, you could be rough, huh? You know about rough life?
Well, smoking in general, young age is not recommended to any party. So
no, kids don't do drugs. Wait till you're an adult.
Is
what you consider drugs.
So he started this live today that something was up, right? And it is clear. All right, kids. Don't.
The kids don't be
drugs are bad.
Kids are
don't
not.
Do drugs.
We don't promote the use of drugs, and I don't consider marijuana a drug.
Exactly. There you go. Thank you very much.
I didn't care what to say about gateway drugs and all these things, but it is what.
Bear shite thought.
I want to say a big shout out to the sponsors tonight for sure. They got Trading Cups.
Trading Cups. We can make cross, boy. We can do a live video when we can cross there, but that can be for my personal. That can be for me or me and Keita personal thing. We can be just kicking it and doing some foolishness as usual, having some fun. Yeah. Don't know what's that.
I want big up Barely Sober Entertainment. Hopefully things coming soon and it works. Thank God come soon. Big up Me First Mobile Massage Therapy.
Yeah.
From Monday we doing things again fresh. Big up Journey of a Bell, Jersey Bell. The menstrual cups, it's Women's International Month, I should say. We just have Women's International Day. And I think it's a good gateway for me to say, yo, you need to go yeah, you know, like,
yeah. In her try so hard to hide her belly. Wanna hear that song there? So she's all bright, man. She got a bun.
Always, all day, every day.
Her bun. Trying so hard to hide.
You want anything to do with technology, production, media production, anything, security, you name it.
They got a Lori Media Production for sure.
Media production.
Making this podcast look so amazing every Thursday.
She got
Instagram right here.
In her oven, trying so hard.
Women I'm gonna ignore that.
She got a bun in the oven. She got a bun in the oven.
I don't even have any bread here that can tell that you.
Hey, you gotta do the finger punch.
I even got a bread.
She got a bun in the oven.
You have me interrupting this sponsor.
She got a bun in the
oven. I'm ignore you tonight.
The amount of people in chat saying she got a bun.
I see people there saying, so I don't know what missed it.
I want to say, all right, I want to say big thank you for coming in tonight. We will see you guys the same place next week, right here on IG. You can follow us on YouTube. You can follow us on
After Party by Keita. After Party by Keita. After Party by Keita, we have got coconut water. Condoms.